From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
Less than 24 hours after a race fan was hit by lightning and killed at the Pocono Raceway, the president of the track speaks with the media about the tragedy that left a 41-year-old father of 3 dead and 9 others injured. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jasmine Brooks. Sunday's severe storm hit hard at Pocono Raceway, forcing the Pennsylvania 400 to be called early before completing all 400 miles. And nearly 85,000 fans were forced to quickly seek shelter. While most were able to evacuate safely, some fans ran into tragedy at the track. This American flag was lowered to half-staff at Pocono Raceway for the 9 victims injured Sunday during Mother Nature's violent storm, and for the 1 fan who lost his life after being struck by lightning. At a news conference Monday morning, Pocono Raceway President and CEO Brandon Igdalski praised the Raceway's medical staff for their quick response. Just minutes after the first bolt of lightning struck near Gate 5A, medical staff responded to an injured victim who had been hit. And when the second bolt struck near Gate 3, EMS responders again were immediately on scene, helping the additional 9 injured. But sadly, the first bolt was deadly, killing 41-year-old father of 3, Brian Zimmerman of Music, a longtime member of the Pocono Raceway family and a die-hard fan. Igdalski spoke on his staff's behalf.
On behalf of the entire staff at Pocono Raceway, we are deeply saddened by yesterday's tragic events. As mentioned, our fans are like family to us, and we express our deepest condolences to the individuals and families involved, especially Mr. Zimmerman's. We work in conjunction with NASCAR regarding safety of fans, teams, and other attendees throughout the course of our race weekends. Additionally, we are in constant communication with local and national agencies regarding weather conditions and emergency services.
But could the Pocono Raceway and NASCAR have prevented this tragedy from happening altogether? Igdalski says there are always what-ifs, and he continues to review Sunday's events and protocol before drawing any conclusions. Facebook and Twitter warnings were sent out by the Speedway to fans regarding the impending storms, and Pocono officials say there were announcements made over the speaker system inside the track, although there were no orders issued to evacuate the track altogether. As for the other victims of Sunday's tragedy at the track, one who was in critical condition has been upgraded to stable. Others have been treated and released. All are said to be in good spirits. Jeff Gordon, driver of number 24, was declared Sunday's winner. He too expressed his sympathy for the victims, along with other drivers like Brad Kozlowski, who reacted to the tragic news through Twitter, as did number 5 driver Mark Martin. An elderly woman was trapped in her car briefly after it flipped onto its roof in the city of Hazleton earlier this afternoon. It happened on 9th Street. The woman, 64-year-old Leah Chotla of McKinley Street in Hazleton. She was freed by police officers and firefighters within minutes of the accident happening. She was bleeding from her head and went to the hospital. Police tell us the woman was traveling down 9th Street when she hit the silver pickup parked on the side of the street. The impact caused the car to flip, trapping the woman inside. Hazleton City Police are still investigating the accident in the city this afternoon. Another accident at what some people call a dangerous section of a roadway in Sugarloaf Township. Thankfully, no one was hurt this time. The accident happened Friday night at the intersection of Route 93 and Interstate 80 near the Pilot truck stop. This spot is the scene of many accidents, similar to this one involving a tractor trailer and car. Friday's wreck left the car in a ditch. News 13 talked with Sugarloaf officer Robert Minnick about the accident and the dangerous area.
Basically a vehicle, a small sedan traveling on State Route 93. Was involved in an accident from a tractor trailer pulling out from the interstate. The tractor trailer failed to yield to the vehicle on the roadway and caused the accident. Therefore, the driver of the tractor trailer will be receiving a citation, and he'll be listed at fault for the accident. We do have quite a few accidents up in this intersection, yes. I personally would like to see something, maybe some kind of other traffic control device up the hill or something to help reduce the amount of crashes that happen at this intersection.
Again, the driver of the truck will be cited for causing this wreck. The names of those involved have not been released, but no one was hurt. Moving to Schuylkill County, where 3 people were killed in an accident near the High Ridge Park exit on Interstate 81 early Saturday morning. Troopers tell us 5 people from Canada were driving north on the interstate when the driver fell asleep at the wheel and lost control of the vehicle, which eventually went airborne and slammed into a concrete bridge. The 3 were killed. The 3 that were killed, rather, were not wearing their seatbelts. One was just 17 years old, and one was the daughter of the driver, who survived along with a front street passenger, Both are listed in stable condition tonight. All 5 people were from Quebec, Canada. The accident happened at 2:15 a.m. Police pulled a speeding car over early Saturday morning and found more than just a driver who was in a hurry. Troopers found drugs. 22-year-old Angel Lewis Tejeda is now facing drug charges after he was pulled over for speeding on Route 309 near 28th Street in Hazelton Township after midnight. Tejeda was cited for driving too fast. Troopers also noticed a small plastic bag containing a white substance in his sneaker. Troopers will send what they think is cocaine to the lab to be tested. Moving on, some good news today for a few local volunteer fire departments in Luzerne and Schuylkill counties. More than $540,000 in grants from the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources will help Pennsylvania's rural communities guard against the threat of fires in forests and other undeveloped areas. A total of 141 volunteer fire companies across the state, where forest and brush fires are common, will be sharing the money. Hazel Township Volunteer Fire Company will be getting about $2,000, while the Rangers Hosey Company in Girardville will see about $800, and the South Ward Fire Company in Tamaqua will be getting $3,000. The grant money is meant to better equip and train volunteers to save lives and protect property in unprotected or inadequately protected rural areas. Grants were also awarded for mobile or portable radios, water supply installations, wildfire prevention and mitigation, wildfire fighting training, and to convert and maintain federal access vehicles the Bureau receives and uses for fire suppression. Coming up on News 13, I'll stop by one local park where a fun event will happen in just a few weeks, and all you need to bring is a fishing pole and some good luck to reel in a big one. And a little later, State Representative Tara Toohill joins us live with an update on what's going on in Harrisburg, along with what the lawmaker is doing right here in her hometown to keep voters informed. Stay with us.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr. and Ron Marchetti.
I'll have to go look it up. Memory's telling me, we haven't seen this all year long, but it was a 1-0 game last night with Columbus. They haven't been involved in many of those. The good news is they were on the winning end of this. They take a look. 1-0. The Clippers over Norfolk in a very low-scoring game, and Norfolk didn't help themselves with 4 miscues. Russ Kanzler, well, most of the people on Columbus not in the hit column last night. He was 0 for 2, did get on base. Anyhow, Kyle Landis did not get in the game. His Akron team lost by a run, 6-5 final in that one. Meanwhile, Indianapolis all over Scranton Wilkes-Barre. The Yankees, who are the team without a home. Right now, that was a home game, but it was being played in upstate New York. And they, as we said, come up on the short end of things. Meanwhile, Lehigh Valley, they're losers by a run to Pawtucket. And the Yankees, Pawtucket, still battling it out for first and second in the division. So with the Yankee loss, the Pawtucket win, that's not helping things unless you're a Red Sox fan. Here's your schedule tonight. Columbus goes to Durham. Scranton Wilkes-Barre is playing Rochester in Rochester. And Lehigh Valley and Pawtucket, they'll do it again. That one up in Rhode Island. Major League Baseball, well, the Yankees looked feeble on Saturday against Felix Hernandez. Well, tonight they get Justin Verlander. Not too bad. 3-day stretch. You get Hernandez and Verlander. We'll see how the Pinstripers do. Meanwhile, the Phils host the Atlanta Braves. The Pittsburgh Pirates and Arizona square off. Pittsburgh almost had a disastrous weekend, but they avoided the sweep by beating Cincinnati. A.J. Burnett did that. That's the third time this year he's been on the mound and beaten Cincinnati. And tonight we're brought to you by our friends at Stripes and Strikes. Make the right call and get down to Stripes and Strikes, because baseball season is here. Now we're talking baseball pants, jerseys, hats, gloves, bats, batting gloves, bags, catcher's equipment. You got league discounts available. All the top name brands, Wilson, Rawlings, DeMarini, and Diamond. Check it out at Stripes and Strikes, your headquarters for softball and baseball. Look for the big green awning down across from Gianetti's Best Western on Route 309 in Hazleton.
Does anyone know what August 6th is? Would you believe that today is a civic holiday in Canada, and it is also a summer bank holiday in Scotland? And in Hazleton, it's 24 days away from the Hazleton area Cougars' first football game. Hi, everybody. This is Trivia Treats. On this very day in 1952, exactly 60 years ago, at the age of 46, Satchel Paige pitched a 12-inning shutout for the St. Louis Browns to beat Detroit 1-0 at Sportsman's Park in St. Louis. Paige walked 2 and struck out 9. The only two other older pitchers to throw shutouts in the majors are Phil Niekro, also at 46, and Jamie Moyer at age 47. Old Satch didn't play in the majors until after Jackie Robinson broke the color line in 1947. So he was a rookie for the Cleveland Indians in 1948. Paige was named to the All-Star team in both 1952 and 53, and he will also play one game for crazy Charlie Finley's Kansas City Athletics in 1965 at age 59. Now let's come ahead 40 years closer to 1992, just 20 years ago in Barcelona, Spain. The United States Olympic basketball dream team won the gold medal. It was the first year that pro players were allowed to play in the Olympics, and the U.S. easily won all 8 games it played by 68 over Angola, 44 over Brazil, 33 over Croatia, 41 over Spain, 43 over Germany. Then the Americans beat up on Puerto Rico by 38 in the quarterfinals, by 54 over Lithuania in the semifinals, and their closest battle in the gold medal game, the USA won by only 32, their closest game, if you want to call it that, in the Olympics by beating Croatia for the second time. Now that was in 1992. Now that was certainly a walk in the park. And finally, something happened on Wednesday night that was extremely rare. Possibly it never even happened before. Derek Dye was spending the summer before his senior year at the University of Illinois interning for the Daytona Cubs in Florida. Now, if any internship is supposed to offer you a real-world experience, Dye's experience was proof. He was given a chance to play the organ during the game. Then there was a very questionable call later in the game at first base. The call went against the home team. So Derek Dye, now the organ player, started to play the tune called Three Blind Mice. Within 10 seconds of the song, the home plate umpire looked up and yelled as loud as he could, "You're gone!" He tossed the organist out of the game. Mother of God! I'm gone till Friday. Be a good sport. Stay loose.
Up now on your screen, those winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck to you if you played. Your daily number 135, Big 4 2839. Your quinto for tonight 63039, and that treasure hunt 4 13 14 26 29. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to our own Ron Marchetti. Love from your family, friends, and everyone here at SSP TV. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, the Nescapec State Park will be holding a Birds and Butterfly program Saturday, August 12th. This event is open to any child, the age 9 and up, and also for the Junior Bird Club members. Bring sturdy shoes and binoculars. Call for more information, 570-403-2006. And finally tonight, the Cunningham United Methodist Church will be holding a chicken barbecue on Saturday, August 25th from noon to 5 p.m. Dinner includes half chicken, baked potato, applesauce, roll, and dessert. Tickets are just $8 for eat-in or takeout. For more info, please call 570-788-6000. 3960. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Darlene A. Haberly of Claire's memorial service will be held Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the Damiano Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. William J. Sullivan of Hazel Township. Massive Christian burial will be held Saturday at 10:30 a.m. from the St. Gabriel's Church. Friends may call Saturday beginning at 10 a.m. Arrangements are under the direction of the Turnbach Funeral Home. And Philip Burns of Freeland. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
Well, it's a family affair in Hazel Township, and you're invited, but make sure you grab your fishing pole first. Earlier today, I stopped by the park where all the fun and fishing is planned. I'm here at the beautiful Lake Irina in Hazel Township at Community Park. Joining me right now is Joe Galeta. He is the chairman of the Recreation Committee. We're talking about an event coming up on August 25th. That's a Saturday, and it's called the Family Fishing Program. Hey, Joe, so tell me a little bit about this program.
Well, we're going to have this for the kids today, or on the 25th, for all the children from 8 years old and older to learn how to fish. We're going to teach all safety basics, how to tie your hook on, how to bait, what kind of bait to use, everything they need to know to get them started in fishing.
All right, now some important points that we want to mention. Number one, they have to be accompanied by an adult. Number two, they must be at least 8 years old or older. But another thing that's awesome is all the bait and all the equipment is provided.
The Recreation Committee is going to supply all the bait, and we're going to buy fishing rods for all the kids that register so they won't have to worry about anything. We could even bring the adults out. They could learn how to fish if they want. They don't need a license. Bring everybody out and let's have a good time.
Okay, so you do need to pre-register. How do we do that?
We have to call Township office, and the number is 453-2467.
All right, and so again, they're going to be getting lessons, everything from baiting the hook to casting the fishing rod, and adults can learn too.
Everybody could be there. Everybody could learn how to fish. And don't forget, you don't need a fishing license for this event. If you want to learn how to fish, an adult, no problem. We'll teach you.
I'm definitely going to be here. This sounds like a lot of fun. So tell me who's making this event possible.
It's going to be the Recreation Committee and the PA Fish Commission, and it's also it's the Keystone Active Zone,
okay,
and that's with the PA Fish and Boat Commission.
Okay, and just one more time, Joe, remind us how we can get signed up.
Just have to call Township office, and the number is 453-2467.
Okay, and it's here in Hazel Township again coming up August 25th. It's called the Family Fishing Program. Come with your children, come with your nieces, your nephews. All you have to do is make sure that you pre-register. The bait is included, the fishing rods are included. All you have to do is show up, and it's going to be a blast. It starts at 9 in the morning, and then it will be over at 1 p.m. So, Joe, thank you so much. One more time for everyone, remind us when this is happening.
It's going to be August 25th from 9 to 1. Come out and have a good time.
Definitely sounds like a lot of fun. Moving on to the weather, the severe weather eventually moved out of the area late last night, but of course not before tragedy struck in the Poconos after the NASCAR race, leaving one man dead and several others hurt. It seems like we have seen a steady flow of thunderstorms the past few weeks, from power outages to downed trees and flooding. Is it safe to say some of the worst is behind us, or should we expect even more from Mother Nature? We start first tonight in Schuylkill County, where we see clear skies all night long with your low down to 58 degrees. Then for your Tuesday, sunny skies and a high of 83 degrees. And now for all you watching in Greater Hazleton, as we take a look at this creative condition courtesy of Eden from the Valley Elementary School. Eden shows us a day filled with sun and some clouds, pretty much the weather we had today. But for the rest of today, tonight, and tomorrow, it goes like this. Tonight, clear skies with a low down to 56 degrees. And tomorrow, sunny skies, a high of 81 degrees. Your forecast tonight brought to you by Just Windows and much, much more. They're located in Freeland. Better windows plus better installation equals Just Windows. Give them a call, 636-1133. Downtown Hazleton came alive with classics, hot rods, and muscle cars Friday night when the 11th annual Downtown Hazleton Car Cruise hit the road, but in a unique way. Vehicles of all kinds, new ones, classic ones, souped up ones, and unique ones lined Broad Street, and hundreds of people came out to take a look at the wheels up close and listen to some oldies performed by the Legend Oldies Band and DJs Jim Dino, Tony Pacelli, and DJ Diva. Not only did the cars draw a crowd, but the dancers from the Keystone Kids Star Makers got the crowd revved up with their dance moves. This year's car cruise was more like a cruising because of the ongoing construction in downtown Hazleton. Usually the car cruise town, but this time the vehicles were parked for everyone to enjoy the sights and sounds. The first 200 cars registered received a dash plaque, and the owner received a goodie bag. Once again, Tennyson's Auto Parts teamed up with the Greater Hazleton Chamber for the annual cruise. Stay with us tonight. Kristen Bazinski's up next with more local news headed your way.
Coming up on News 13, hitting the green and making a difference. Golfers were swinging for a cure over the weekend as one tournament to raise money for the American Cancer Society was held at Sand Springs.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for staying with us tonight on News 13. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, we're going to talk about the golf tournament in just a bit, but first, Sunday's severe storm hit hard at Pocono Raceway, forcing the Pennsylvania 400 to be called early before completing all 400 miles. And nearly 85,000 fans were forced to quickly seek shelter. While most were able to evacuate safely, some fans ran into tragedy at the track. This American flag was lowered to half-staff at Pocono Raceway today for the 9 victims injured Sunday during Mother Nature's violent storm, and for the one fan who lost his life after being struck by lightning. At a news conference Monday morning, Pocono Raceway President and CEO Brandon Igdalski praised the Raceway's medical staff for their quick response. Just minutes after the first bolt of lightning struck near Gate 5A, medical staff responded to an injured victim who had been hit. And when the second bolt struck near Gate 3, EMS responders again were immediately on scene, helping the additional 9 injured. But sadly, that first bolt was deadly, killing 41-year-old father of 3 Brian Zimmerman of Music, a longtime member of the Pocono Raceway family as a diehard fan. Igdalski spoke on his staff's behalf.
On behalf of the entire staff at Pocono Raceway, we are deeply saddened by yesterday's tragic events. As mentioned, our fans are like family to us, and we express our deepest condolences to the individuals and families involved, especially Mr. Zimmerman's. We work in conjunction with NASCAR regarding safety of fans, teams, and other attendees throughout the course of our race weekends. Additionally, we are in constant communication with local and national agencies regarding weather conditions and emergency services.
But could the Pocono Raceway and NASCAR have prevented this tragedy from happening altogether? Well, Igdalski says there are always what-ifs, and he continues to review Sunday's events and protocol before drawing any conclusions. Facebook and Twitter warnings were sent out by the Speedway to fans regarding impending storms, and Pocono officials say announcements were made over the speaker system inside the track, although there were no official orders to evacuate the track. As for the other victims of Sunday's tragedy, one who was in critical condition has been upgraded to stable. Others have been treated and released. All are said to be in good spirits. Jeff Gordon, driver of the number 24 car, was declared Sunday's winner. Although happy for the victory, he expressed his sympathy for the victims, along with other drivers like Brad Keselowski, driver of the Miller Lite car, who reacted to the tragic news through Twitter, as did number 5 driver Mark Martin. An elderly woman was trapped in her car briefly after it flipped onto its roof in the city of Hazleton early this afternoon. It happened on 9th Street. The woman, 64-year-old Leah Chotla of McKinley Street in Hazleton, was freed by police officers and firefighters within minutes of the accident happening. She was bleeding from her head and went to the hospital. Police tell us the woman was traveling down 9th Street when she hit the silver pickup truck, which was parked on the side of the roadway. The impact caused the car to flip, trapping the woman inside. Hazleton City Police are investigating this accident in the city of Hazleton. Switching gears tonight, golfers hit the green over the weekend at one local golf course, and while a hole-in-one may have been the ideal shot, these golfers aimed at something even better, an opportunity to help the American Cancer Society. News 13 stopping by Sand Springs Country Club Saturday afternoon for the 3rd annual Making a Difference Golf Tournament and Kids Carnival presented by Samsung Productions. Over $5,000 was raised, all to help the American Cancer Society, and all the cash stays local.
The major purpose of this event is to raise money this year for the American Cancer Society. We're told that $750 per week will pay for a child to get treatment for chemotherapy. So again, your money and your proceeds and your donations will help people like children from the greater Hazleton area.
You know, we like to get involved with these fundraisers. We love to give back to the community. You know, the community supports us a lot with the restaurant and with the golf. So we like to organize as many tournaments as we can to make as much money as possible to give back to every fundraiser we possibly can in the area.
Now, if you'd like to help make a difference, donations are still being accepted for the next several weeks. Make a donation in memory of a loved one or to honor someone special. For more information, call our SSP TV studios at 459-9813. For decades, folks have flocked to the Valley for the famous Night and Day celebration in Cunningham, and this year was no different. Hundreds of people headed to Valley Night Friday and Valley Day Saturday. The celebration in Cunningham has been going strong for 60 years now. Every year, the weekend event kicks off with a fireman's parade on Friday night. Fire trucks from departments near and far line Main Street. News 13 stopping by Valley Day, where you could find all types of food, games for the kids, bingo for the adults, live entertainment, and so much more. The Valley celebration is fun for the young and the young at heart.
I'm having fun at Valley Day. We're playing the games, we're ready to go eat, and then we're going to go play bingo.
I'm here to play games and have a lot of fun and eat.
Valley Day is a fixture in the Cunningham Valley and certainly in the Hazleton area, and it's a who's who. Everyone's got to entertain at Valley Day, and I think it's important for the children to entertain and to learn how to give to the community, as well as just not to just be taking, but rather that they should contribute to what's happening in their environment.
I know, what does it mean to you to dance at Valley Day? It's really fun because we get to get involved in the community and just help out.
I'm doing like a show for the Valley.
Okay, and are you excited for the show?
Sort of.
Are you nervous?
Little.
Why? Why are you excited for it?
Because it's going to be really fun. I'm playing the games and having so much fun.
Now, Valley Day is hosted by the Cunningham Valley Civic Organization, and all the money raised goes right back into the community for parades, the gym, the pool, scholarships, and more. We can't forget to mention the pet parade and baby contest. Congratulations to the winners. State Representative Tara Toohill will join me live next on News 13, and later, one greater Hazleton community seems to have a problem with homeless cats roaming the borough. What's being done to fix that problem and keep the felines safe? And welcome back, everyone, to News 13. We are joined by State Representative Tara Toohill, and we're going to talk about a couple different things. First, starting off with the Coffee Breaks series that she's been hosting. Tomorrow, 2 more happening in Hazel Township and Butler Township. And I know, Tara, last week's very well attended, and you got a lot of feedback from your constituents. Let's just talk about the idea and why you're doing it and why your constituents should come to them.
Well, we like to get out there and go to people so that they don't always have to come to us and call us. So on Friday we did the whole Freeland area and West Hazelton areas. So you don't have to be from those municipalities to attend. Right. So we had really good attendance, and people were so engaged, and it's good for them to give me feedback on what we've been working on, so that we know that we're going in the right direction that they want us to, and that we're representing this area the way that we should. So really people talked a lot still in the greater Hazelton area, a lot about immigration, a lot about the welfare fraud. And people talk about the welfare fraud that they see, and then they just feel that we have a very welfare dependent community, and they want to make sure that everybody's paying their fair share, and people are getting back to work rather than just staying on welfare for their entire lifetime.
Right, right. And I know you as in the lawmakers in Harrisburg are working hard to, crack down on welfare fraud.
Yes. We actually just cut off the cash assistance portion. So if you're out there and you do have a problem with the loss of your cash assistance, it was just cash that you could basically use for anything. So instead of food stamps that's dedicated to certain items that are necessary, this cash could be misused in a lot of ways. So we've saved millions of dollars on that, which we're able to now dedicate to other items and make sure that it's going to the children and going to food and eggs and bread and milk and really important things. So we're trying to get Pennsylvania back on track, because the welfare fraud in Pennsylvania is just astronomical when you look at it in comparison to other states.
Right, and tomorrow's coffee breaks, if anyone's interested, you start first in Hazel Township.
Yes, we're going to be at Hazel Township at 9 a.m. to 10:30, and then Butler Township 11 to 12:30.
Okay, very good. And like you said, you don't have to be a member of that community specifically to come.
Right. So we're hoping if people are out there watching tonight, that they'll definitely try to stop by if they can. And if they can't, we're on the corner of Wyoming and Broad Street, so please come in and visit the office, because it's really their office, so they have to come in and visit us too.
Right, absolutely. Let's talk about the voter ID. That is coming up. I mean, the general election is going to be here before you know it. So tell me a little bit about what's going on with that, and if people at home are concerned without having an ID, what do they do?
Well, we didn't really have any problems. We did a dry run with the voter ID in the spring in the primary, and there really weren't problems with people getting turned away or anything like that. But we want to make sure that the people that are out there and are planning on voting on November 6th, that they are going to have a voter ID. It can be your regular ID, any state-issued, government-issued ID. The only thing about it is it has to have an expiration date. So if you're a veteran, your veteran's ID card doesn't have an expiration date because it never expires. Right. So they're trying to limit fraud by making sure that you have an expiration date. So have them call our office if anyone has any questions or they're planning on voting by absentee ballot. Call the office and we'll walk you through it. And if people need a ride, we're going to be providing rides and voter services so that you get your voter ID. We get you to PennDOT, get a state-issued ID ahead of time. But we really don't seem to be having any trouble, and it seems to hopefully be making people more aware and actually promoting voting, and we're going to be getting more people out.
Okay, so again, your office is at the corner of Wyoming and Broad, and if somebody watching at home has a question about anything we talked about, they can call the office. Yes. You also have a website too.
Yes, we do. It's rep2hill.com, REPTOOHIL.com. So any kind of issue at all that they have, we'll help walk you through it.
All right, and the phone number, Tara, to your office?
It's 453-1344.
All right, thank you so much, Tara. We appreciate it. And again, don't forget, tomorrow, Tuesday, starting off in Hazel Township, 9 to 10:30, and then Butler Township from 11 to 12:30 at the Senior Citizen Center. If you have a concern, you have a question, anything you'd like to address with your state representative, that is the time to do so. All right, Tara, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
All right. Well, the severe weather eventually moved out of the area late last night, but of course not before tragedy struck in the Poconos after the NASCAR race, leaving one man dead and several others hurt. It seems like we have seen a steady flow of thunderstorms over the past few weeks, from power outages to downed trees and flooding. Is it safe to say some of the worst is behind us, or should we expect more of Mother Nature's fury? All right, first we start off in Schuylkill County, where tonight you're going to see a low down to 58 with clear skies, taking you through into your Tuesday. Here is your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The next 4 days ahead, we're going to see temps in the 80s. Thursday and Friday, excuse me, we do see a chance of some thunderstorms, a pretty heavy chance of some thunderstorms coming our way on your Thursday and Friday. So make sure you keep an eye on that. But there you will see temps in the 80s in Schuylkill County. And now for all of you watching in Greater Hazelton, as we take a look at this creative condition, courtesy of Eden from the Valley Elementary School, he shows us a day filled with sun and some clouds. Pretty much the weather we had today. Clear skies for the rest of tonight here in Greater Hazelton with a low down to 56 degrees. Your 4-day outlook similar to Schuylkill County, a little cooler though. We see Tuesday sunny skies, 81, 83 will be our high on Wednesday. And again, a chance of thunderstorms rolling through the area Thursday and Friday, with Friday dipping down to 78 degrees. Your forecast brought to you by Valley High Drive-In, Route 93 West Hazelton. Make sure you stop by for some ice cream, a milkshake, some great food. You want it, they've got it at Valley High Drive-In in West Hazelton. Well, feral cats seem to be part of the Cunningham community. With at least 3 separate colonies living in the borough, these cats have a very high population. To control that number, a committee has now been formed and plans to capture, neuter, and then return these animals back to where they came from. Our Jasmine Brooks has more on this movement that will help the community control its feral cat population. Jasmine?
Thanks, Kristen. Well, I am joined today by Jennifer Dreyfus, a Cunningham resident, and she's going to tell us about the feral cat problem in her borough and the solution that she has come up with. So welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about this problem with the feral cats. And for those who don't know what a feral cat is, what that is.
Okay, a feral cat is basically a cat that has never had human contact. It's different from a stray cat who has been dropped off and may have had a house family before. It's usually the offspring of a stray cat.
So how bad is this problem in Cunningham?
If you were to drive down Cunningham Main Street, you would probably see cats running across the road, and most of them don't have families. They're not house cats. But what happens is during breeding seasons, you end up with a lot of noise, a lot of fighting, and it's a little disruptive to the neighborhood.
Okay, now you have come up with a solution. It's called the Trapped Neuter Return. So let's talk a little bit about that solution.
Trap Neuter Return basically takes the cats. You set up a day to try to trap a colony or 2 colonies through Eastern Pennsylvania Animal Alliance, which is out of Brodheadsville. They have a spay-mobile, and you may have seen it around. They come to Tractor Supply in West Hazelton and all over, so they have an actual office in a van that they will come and they'll bring it to Cunningham for us. And what they do is we trap the cats, they will neuter or spay them, they'll give them their shots, and then they also do what's called ear tipping. And they take 1/4 of an inch of their ear so that you know in the future that that cat has been inoculated and also has been neutered or fixed.
As a cat lover myself, and I don't want to get too involved emotionally in this story, but the Trap, Neuter, and Return is just amazing. You know, you're helping the cats, you're helping the community. So I'm sure there's other animal lovers or, you know, community members that want to protect their community by doing this. And so how can they help you?
Well, right now it is the Cunningham Borough, we've set up a committee. Gary Gregory and Jill Hawk, who are on the Cunningham Council, been fabulous, and we've set up the borough as a clearinghouse. They in no way are funding this, so everything comes through funds through private individuals, and also what we're looking for are traps to be lent or donated. Any trap that's lent to us, we'll need it for a period of about 3 or 4 days, and then we would return it to the owner.
Okay.
First of all, if you would like to make a donation, you would send it to the Cunningham Borough with a memo that says the Animal Control Feral Cat Fund. And you can send that or drop it off at 215 Main Street in Cunningham, Pennsylvania. The zip code there is 18219. If you'd like to let me know if you're feeding cats in the area so that we can set up certain spots to trap, or if you have a trap to lend or to donate, my phone number is 570-708-8907. So far, it's very good. We found that over 80% of people prefer to have the cats either left alone or trapped and taken care of. They're returned exactly where they're caught, so it's not that they're going somewhere else. If you trap a cat and you take it out to the country, chances are it's going to die. This also helps with it controls the population, eventually making it very small.
Yes.
It will take off the burden of people catching them and taking them to the shelter or to the SPCA.
All right, so you're going to fix those cats up and send them right back to their colony so they can get back with their friends and family.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you so much to you, Jennifer. And of course, all that information will be available on our website as well. So it's a great thing to get involved with, donate some cages or, of course, money to this great, great program. So thanks again. Reporting for News 13, I'm Jasmine Brooks.
Jasmine, thank you so much. Well, Fred Barletta is here with local sports. It is coming your way next, and we'll head to a block party where it was all about food, fun, and entertainment. Stay with us. Well, we end tonight in Schuylkill County, where one volunteer fire company hosted its annual block party to help raise funds for equipment and training. The Keystone Fire Company was the place to be this weekend, especially for those looking to have a good time and support the firefighters. Tasty food, as always, was part of the weekend, like potato cakes, hamburgers, and much more. There was something to do for all ages, including the kids, like a bounce house, games, and even spray tattoos. And we found tricky trays. Plus, we can't forget to mention the live entertainment throughout the weekend from many local bands. Again, all of the money raised will be used to keep the firefighters trained and to help purchase new equipment. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or just simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com, where you will find everything Greater Hazleton, Schuylkill County, and beyond. It's all just a click away. On behalf of your News 13 team, be safe. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. Good night.